Hello student, welcome to this next video of Business Studies class 11, and now in this video we are going to study about the principles of insurance. In the last video we have already seen the functions and what insurance means. So now let's see the principle of insurance. So these are 7 principles. They are utmost good faith, insurable interest, indemnity, proximate cause, subrogation, contribution and mitigation. So now let's see the first one, that is utmost good faith. Insurance contracts require that both parties act with the utmost good faith. This means that both parties must accurately and fully disclose all material information. Means that both the party, insurer and the insured, both should not hide any fact related to the insurance policy from each other. Like suppose, let me give you an example and it will be clear to you all. Suppose there is a person, suppose Ram, and he is a heart patient. He concealed this fact to the LIC while taking a life policy, and on his death due to heart attack, LIC can refuse to pay anything to his legal representative because a material fact was hidden by the insured. So that is why it is said that at the time of the contract, both the parties, they should disclose each and every all the material information required. Then the second point says insurable interest. The insurable interest principle requires that the owner of a particular insurance policy have an ownership interest in the particular subject matter of the insurance policy. So, student, you remember in the last video I took one example of ABC restaurant. So again I will proceed with my example of ABC restaurant. So just think of a situation of if the restaurant has fire and it damage the value of restaurant will reduce due to the damage. Either the owner of ABC restaurant will sell the restaurant at lower price or definitely rebuild it. So in both the case, the owner has to suffer loss. But now suppose there is another restaurant XYZ in neighbor of this ABC restaurant, and this XYZ restaurant has loss due to fire. So in this case, do you think this ABC restaurant owner has any loss? Means now XYZ restaurant, he is having loss. So the owner of the ABC restaurant will only have sympathy with his neighbor, but he has, because he has not suffered any financial loss from the fire, or in another word you can say he does not have insurable interest in the neighboring restaurant. Clear? So insurable interest means a person opting for insurance must have an interest in the property and will suffer loss on the occurrence of the event. And this is an essential requirement for insurance contract. Therefore, a person can go for insurance of only those properties where he will suffer loss due to damage of the property or may suffer profit due to profit to that property. Clear? Then the third principle says indemnity. So what is this indemnity? Let's see. The principle of indemnity ensures that an insurance contract protects you from and compensates you for any damage, loss or injury. The purpose of an insurance contract is to make you whole in the event of a loss, not to allow you to make a profit. Now suppose owner of ABC restaurant has policy of insurance amount 1 lakh, but due to fire accident there is loss of say 50,000 rupees. Then in this case, insurance company will compensate him with 50,000 rupees only and not the policy amount of 1 lakh, because the purpose of insurance is to compensate for loss and not for earning profit, and this is the principle of indemnity. So according to this principle, the insurance is contract not to earn profit, but the purpose of insurance is to bring back the insured in the same financial position where he was before the loss took place. Clear? Means in the event of the loss, not to allow you to make any profit out of that. Then the next principle is proximate cause. And student, this is also known as causa proxima or the nearest cause. So the insurance principle of proximate cause dictates that nearest or the closest cause should be taken into consideration to decide the liability. If a person has taken marine insurance policy for sending the say rice bags, and suppose on the way the rats damage the rice bags, then no compensation will be given by the insurance company. But if suppose the rats made hole in the ship through which seawater enters and the rice bags become wet and soggy, in this case the proximate cause of the loss of rice is the seawater risk which was insured, and the insurer will be liable to pay compensation. So that is why it is said that the cause of the means the under marine insurance the cause of loss should be sea peril and not the rats. So exact cause has to be taken into consideration. Then comes your subrogation, the next principle. According to this principle, once the insured is compensated for the damage of the property insured by him or her, the right of the ownership of such property automatically passes on to the insurer. Let's go to our old example of ABC restaurant owner. So suppose the owner has fire insurance say of rupees 1 lakh and he suffered loss of 50,000 due to fire, and the owner of the company has also claimed everything. He gets a compensation of say rupees 50,000, and now later suppose the owner wants to sell half burnt goods say which were almost of about 5,000 rupees, then this amount will be kept with the insurance company itself and not by the insured. You know why? Because the insured has already got full compensation for the loss. This is the principle of subrogation. Means once the insured is compensated for the damage of the property, now the insured is not here to make profit out of that. Once you have been compensated, now the property, the ownership of the property, it passes on to the insurer now. That means that company. Then the next principle is contribution. According to this principle, the insured can claim the compensation only to the extent of actual loss, either from all the insurers or from any one insurer. Like suppose now the in our example ABC restaurant owner, suppose the owner has taken the the insurance of rupees 1 lakh, and he has taken the policy from two different insurance company, say 1 lakh from insurer Y and of rupees 50,000 from insurer B. Now suppose due to fire there is loss of around 75,000 rupees. Now who will pay and how much? So in this case, to determine the compensation there is a formula, and what is the formula? It is sum assured with a particular insurer multiplied by actual loss divided by total sum assured with all the insurer. Student, if you want you can write it down. I am repeating it again. The to find out the determine the compensation, the amount of compensation which company has to pay how much, there is a formula, and the formula is sum assured with a particular insurer multiplied by actual loss divided by total sum assured with all the insurer. So in our case, how to know that how much the insurance company Y will pay and how much insurance company Z will pay? So let's put the amount in the formula. So A will pay 50,000 rupees, and how? So the sum assured with insurance company X is 1 lakh multiply by actual loss is of 75,000 divided by total sum assured with all the insurer, means with, in our case, in our example, 1 lakh with insurer X and 50,000 from insurer Y. So total is 1,50,000. So after calculation, the amount is 50,000, means 50,000 rupees company A has to pay, and 25,000 company B has to pay. And this is the principle of contribution. Clear? So according to this principle, the insured can get the compensation only up to the actual loss. Okay. And one more thing, student, and it is very important, the principle of contribution, it is not applicable to life insurance. Okay. Now the next principle is mitigation. As the owner of an insurance policy, you have an obligation to take necessary steps to minimize the loss of your insured property. The law doesn't allow you to be negligent or irresponsible just because you know you are insured. Now suppose ABC restaurant owner has taken fire insurance policy, and when the fire breaks down, he should take all the necessary steps to minimize and stop the fire rather than watching the fire, because only then he will get compensation from the insurance company. And this is principle of mitigation of loss. Means according to this principle, the insured must take care of his property or subject matter of insurance in the same way as he would take care without taking the insurance policy. So this is the principle of mitigation. Means according to this principle, in the event of mishappening, it is the duty of the insured that he must take responsible steps to minimize the loss or damage. So student, this is all about the principles of insurance, and I hope I made it clear to you all. But if in case you are having any doubt or any problem, you can ask me through comment box. So, and please do like, share and subscribe my videos. Thank you and take care.